Hey kids! Welcome back to World of Tanks. Sorry about the audio quality here. I'm having to do some workarounds because I'm having some issues with Shadow Play and some of my audio equipment, which is awesome. Today, Zed and I are playing on our Tier 7 heavy tanks. He's in his IS-2, his beloved premium tank, and I am in the venerable T-29. Now I have a new crew in the T-29 because I actually moved my T-29 crew up to the T-135. So the old girl's got a pretty green group. Commander's actually alright, but everybody else is pretty much a scrub. And I haven't played it in quite a while because of that. It was a little unpleasant, but got talked into rolling it out. So here we are on Melanovka, and I like the makeup of the teams here. We have 3 top-tier heavies to their 2 top-tier heavies. But certainly they have some big guns and some good players in those big guns that could make it even. So what do I like about the T-29? Well, first, it's Merkin. So I get to go around dispensing democracy. It has the most OP turret for its tier in the game. Actually, this turret would be fine in any tier, pretty much. The gun is fantastic for tier 7. Not the most accurate thing in the world, not horrible, not very accurate. Good alpha damage, great penetration. If you keep this thing hull down and point it at the enemy, there's not much they can do about it. I also like the fact that it has ears. Why not? I don't like the fact that it's taking me so long to get up this hill compared to Zed. The IS-2 is much more mobile than the T-29, but I make up for that by having a bit more armor. So I played this tank a ridiculous amount when I started out. When I got to it, it was one of my first tier 7s, and the first tier 7 I actually liked and thought was worth it, and painful grind to the T-32 because that was horrible. But because this thing is so forgiving, I still managed to have some good games in it. And we're going to do alright here today. Not an ace badge. My channel is not about ace badges. I am not an ace badge player. I'm below average in almost every regard. Sometimes decision making and sometimes skill. You know what I've been trying lately? I've been trying to preserve my health a bit more and be a little risky, and actually the number of stellar games I've had has gone down, but subsequently my win rate and my win rate has jumped up dramatically. But it's boring. But I'm going to keep at it for a while and see if I can save my tank and have that kind of impact where you can have those great games. But I'm spending a lot less time completely burned out at the beginning of the game, one of the first people to die, trying to do something silly and heroic and awesome and failing. Alright, T-29 and I trade, and Zed took off a chunk of his health as well. I got this T-29 Palamine who wants to get in there and do a little trading too. And I threw into his tracks or something, but I didn't do damage there, which is infuriating. Finally in the action, and I'm facing off against a hull down T-29. I tried to take a shot at the cupola, but it wasn't the best shot, and certainly this gun is not the most accurate, so it's going to be a bit dicey, but it was worth a try. And here I get a shot at the hull, and I must hit the sloping top, and already put some away for us. So now we can work on this 122. Thank you. First kill. And I'm way behind on damage. I had way too many bounces or fluky shots or misses or whatever you want to call it. And now there's this poor tier 5 tank destroyer. And a T-67 has a lethal little gun, and it's very mobile and so on, but it has no hit points.
Target acquired. Target lost.
And here we got this Churchill. And put a sweet one into him. 382. It's a pretty great roll for the T-29. And Artie's trying to make friends. Score is 5-4 against the good guys. We have lost top tier TD, tier 6 heavy tank, tier 5 heavy tank, the other tier 5 heavy tank, and a Leopard. 2 of our best players on the team went down in all this nonsense so far. And we have an ELC who's behind us, which is concerning. And I managed to take out the VK 3001H. And this E25 is kind of giving me fits and already takes out my pal Zed. I'm crushed. He had so much left to give this game. And I really don't want this E25 taking my side, so I'm trying to get a shot at him. Come on. And it was a terrible shot. And he's taken out by the ally. That's fantastic. And I'm starting to get smacked here. Not taking big amounts of damage. Bounce. Bounce. Mantlet is really just paying for itself. There's no way that a Panzer III-4 is going to be able to do much against either the top plate of my hull, or certainly against the Mantlet if I've got this thing turned in the right direction. So we still have the T-67 behind us somewhere. Panther III-4, oh, and the M12 comes up, and he's behind the slope from me, and I think down near the water, so I'm not really going to have much of a chance to get after him. And then the KV-1 and the T-67 become visible. I've also got a VK-31OP over there. I put one into the KV-1. T-67's bouncing one off of me. Bounce. Shoot that APCR all day, son. I take an HE shot from one of the artilleries. I think. Might actually have been from one of the enemy tanks switching to HE. Alright, we're going to be able to plant one here in the 3-4. And you can see we're kind of pushing them all into... How long is it going to take that T-29 to take out the M12? Seriously. There we go. And little French already comes into view. We're able to finish him off. We're on kill number 3. And at this point, I think I've bounced about 1,700 damage, which is pretty nice, but all low caliber guns. I really do feel sorry for some of those tier 5s that have to face off against T-29 when he's, and I shoot the cabin in the woods. Somebody puts one in the T-67, and I'm going to give it a go, and he's trying to rocket past me. I don't have the best traverse, but I'm able to smash the T-67. It's now 13-9 for the good guys. I'm on 5 kills, and I'm hoping, oh, there goes, no Top Gun for me. It's 14-9. There's a T-29 back at our cap, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to put one into him to get the Top Gun. Oh, is it going to happen? T-29's now been spotted. I'm not quite sure how much health he's on. I can't even see him yet. He's not in render range, and he's been killed by the S-51. Alright, here we are in our next battle. I am in my T-150, and we're mid-tier on this one. And I don't have any of my pals from the Essex clan in this game, but some nice Kiwi and a tier 6 light tank was nice enough to invite me to one, and also grab the Su-152. Why not? Why not? And so the Kiwi's heading up the gut towards the TOG and the KV-2, and I don't see how that could go wrong, right? You know, he's just getting some spots on all the heavy tanks that are coming up the middle of the map, and I'm going to go head to the hill. I have lost track. The Su-152 appears to be going to Tank Alley. I'm going up here with the T1 Heavy, Tier 5 American heavy tank, which I loathed. Apparently it's not a bad tank, but I was rubbish. Kiwi's dead. Alright, so the guy who pulled together our platoon, one of our better players, is dead. I can't believe he's actually got that kind of win rate when he goes and sits out in the middle of the map in an open space in front of a bunch of heavy tanks and doesn't expect to die. I guess he thought his camo was just so. Alright, I actually, I love this tank. The gun can control you a bit. It's a little, you know, it's Soviet. You know, it's a big caliber, and so the shells kind of go all over the place, but the armor for its tier is fantastic. And I find myself playing less and less heavy tanks unless they're, you know, mid-lower tier, which I think I find more fun. And you can just wreck in this tank because the gun can compete against higher tiers. The armor can save you against some of the higher tiers. You know, you play a little bit more conservatively, make sure that you're isolating opponents, not just running out tanking for everybody, that wouldn't work. This would not be a good tank to take into tail. Oh, there's a Nashorn! And I'm going to be able to put one into him. Oh, no! What did I say about the gun? I mean, I know it wasn't fully aimed, but it doesn't get much better than that. And the Nashorn's running at me. I'm not quite sure what he is hoping to do here, and I put a meaty 323 into him, and he's running at me, and I'm a lot heavier than he is, and he's a foil box, so I'll ram. I'll go. Why not? Alright, first kill. It is 3-2 for the bad guys. I've got 600 damage, which is all of the Nashorn. I do have a little help up here, and they appear to want to try and snipe from up here down on the hill. I'm going to proceed into the enemy base. Sounds like a good idea, right? Oh, and a Luke's. But a Luke's is going to have a tough time. Really going to have a tough time here, and I don't think he's a very experienced player because, you know, he didn't try to run circles around me. He kind of just sat there and let me waste him. I was ready there with a little love tap. Give the corpse a kiss. Mwah! Alright, what to do? I think I'm going to take a left turn here after the ELC. Yeah, I did. What do you know? It's like I'd seen this before. Has been a while. Alright, and I'm going to take one on the move on the ELC because I need to get in deep. No time for aiming, and besides he was going to get out of the way pretty quickly, so I took a chance and you know, not horribly disappointed or surprised. Alright, let's see what we can do against the bum of an IS. Here we go. The ass end of an IS, and he... Oh, look! 298. You can get some fairly high rolls with this little tier 6 bad boy. I'll take this tank over in an OE anytime, to be honest. And he shot his shell somewhere in another map. This is Win. Alright. Sorry, I had a little problem there. Alright, so put the IS away. And it is 9-8 for the good guys, but we do have a VK-4503 in our base. And I'm going to make a move towards their base and see if I can do a little cleanup. Aha! T-25-2. The Grille doesn't appear to be there. I don't spot him. And I'll duel the T-25-2. Sure. And he bounces off me, and I put a solid one into him. That was very nice. T-25-2 was the first Tier 7 I unlocked, and I absolutely freaking loathed it after the Hellcat. I was so disappointed. Or was it the Jackson? I can't remember. Anyway, I got it, and I couldn't believe it. I was so disappointed. And this is how I'm going to come to my end, but not after taking out another one of their buddies. But the Jagdpanther's going to beat me on the reload, and that's quite a nice gun. Alright, kids, you want to try some free cam? Want to try some free cam? We can try some... We can do it. Can we? Oh. Let's try this now. Aha! Alright. Oh no! Alright. Let's see what this tiger's up to. Because there's the Jagdpanther. There's the Jagdpanther. And he's slung one at the tiger, missed, and the tiger's put one into him, and the tiger puts another one. That's a really low roll, or else the tiger is not fully upgraded. Oh no, there's what we're looking for right there. And that, oh, they're trading. The Jagdpanther still has a lot more hit points than the tiger. All right. You can tell I'm new at this. Oh, 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 yeah. Experimenting live. All right, T20, who's having a fantastic game here, is taking the ass of the Jagdpanther, and it ends 15-11. Ha ha ha. Hey tankers, while I have you here, I wanted to kind of set something straight. I've had a few people ask me what my upload schedule is for videos, and the fact is I don't have one. I only use uploads right now from myself and from my clan members, and you know what? We don't always have great games. We do have a lot of fun, but we all have day jobs and all the rest of that kind of stuff, and we're all a bunch of middle-aged guys who just kind of like to hang out and shoot some tanks and stuff. But I'd be willing to open it up to folks who watch the channel who would like to have a game commented on. Feel free to send it in. I always throw my email address at the end of the video. And it would be a treat to actually show some of your best stuff. Thank you very much for any likes, subscriptions, comments. It's all great. And please give me any comments, corrections, or suggestions. It's always great to hear from you guys. Thanks.